Hi Sparkies, I hope you had a great Easter. This week for Regule 4.1 and 4.2, you are memorizing John chapter 1 verses 1 and 2. This is the Apostle John's introduction to his telling of the gospel of Jesus Christ. You have just finished learning the names of all the books of the Old Testament. The last book of the Old Testament was Malachi. The prophet's words recorded in Malachi are the last recorded words from God until a priest named Zechariah heard from an angel of the Lord. About 400 years had passed since Malachi wrote down his message from God until Zechariah received a message. Now, God was not on a 400-year vacation. God was still on his throne in heaven, and he was still very involved in the lives of his chosen people. During those 400 years, many of the prophecies that other prophets had spoken came to pass. Worship at the temple in Jerusalem had been interrupted for many years, but at the point we are picking up with the Bible biography of Zechariah, worship is again happening at the temple. It is very serious, and it is accomplished by very strict rules. At the middle top of this picture, you see the Holy of Holies. This part of the temple could only be entered on one special day of the year and only by the high priest. This part of the temple was separated from the rest of the temple by a heavy curtain. The area just below, that is called the Holy. It has 3 pieces of furniture in it. The first one was a golden lampstand. The lamp was kept burning all the time. The second piece of furniture is the table for bread. The third is the golden incense altar. Groups of priests came to Jerusalem for 1 week to perform their duties at the temple. To determine who was given which job at the temple, they drew lots. To offer the incense offering, 3 priests were chosen. They went into the temple together for the morning offering. The first would set burning coals on the golden altar. The second arranged the incense so it was ready. Then the first 2 would leave, and the third priest was left all alone in the holy place. The first 2 priests would have the same job at the evening offering, but the priest who offered the incense, well, that was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Outside the temple, people would be gathered. When they saw the first 2 priests come out, they knew it was time to offer the incense to God. The priest would pray and then spread the incense on the coals, causing smoke to rise. And this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to put the incense on the altar fell to Zechariah this time. Zechariah performed his responsibilities, and while the people outside the temple were praying, suddenly an angel appeared to Zechariah. The Bible tells us that Zechariah was scared. The angel told Zechariah that his wife Elizabeth would have a son, and they were to name him John. The angel told Zechariah that his son would turn many of the children of Israel to the Lord their God. He will go before them in the spirit and power of Elijah to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children. Okay, now, do you remember the last book of the Old Testament? That's right, it's Malachi. Malachi has 4 chapters. Chapter 4 has 6 verses, and this is what chapter 4, verses 5 and 6 say. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the great and awesome day of the Lord comes, and he will turn the hearts of the fathers to their children, and the hearts of children to their fathers. It sounds to me like after 400 silent years, the last prophecy of Malachi is about to happen. The angel announced to Zechariah the birth of the one who we know as John the Baptist, who came before Jesus to turn the people's hearts back to God. Now, next week, you will memorize John 1, chapter 3. Don't wait until the last day to try to memorize it. This one is a bit of a tongue twister. I'll see you next week.